So to simplify the picture, Manchester United could finish the night on top of Group G, or they could finish it at the bottom of Group G. Nothing simple with them at the moment. Strange to hear so much talk of tactics and systems surrounding this team of all talents. They're not all fit tonight. Roy Keane and Andy Cole are both unavailable. Nicky Butt plays in Europe for the first time this season. He's one of only 5 survivors from the side that started against Bolton on Saturday. Ryan Giggs is the captain. Olympiacos can still qualify, but their star turn, the Brazilian World Cup forward Giovanni, is suspended this evening. Greek international goalkeeper Dimitrios Eleftheropoulos is risked despite a finger injury. Only number 2, Christos Patsazoglu, was in the Greek team, thwarted by David Beckham's free kick here at the start of the month. Referee is one of Europe's most experienced. He's Vitor Melo Pereira, who ironically took control of Arsenal's recent game in Athens against Panathinaikos. Not firm enough control for Arsenal's liking. Christian Karamba has played here for Middlesbrough just last season. He was impressive in the first half a fortnight ago. David Beckham scored Manchester United's opening goal in Athens. A beautifully taken goal from unusually close range. But since then, the name of Fabian Barthez has been dominating the headlines. He is as practiced as any goalkeeper at accentuating the positive and eliminating the negative. Lovely mild evening in Manchester. A little over 2 weeks on from the nail-biter that was England versus Greece. Another tale of suspense at the Theatre of Dreams. Manchester United's European dreams may be precisely that, unless they can write a happy ending to the night. David, what mustn't they do tonight?
Well, they've got to not go forward recklessly, that's for sure, because it's important. They'll have a chance tonight because Olympiacos need to get points here to stay with the group. And I think there is pockets of criticism at the moment. It's par for the course, I suppose, when Manchester is supposed to be almost infallible. And tonight, Alex will like to see a relaxed performance and hopefully an early goal.
Success is relative to expectations. His expectations are as high as anybody's inside this stadium. Giggs. It's a good cross towards Nistelrooy, and a fine save by Eleftheropoulos. It goes, scores! But it's smuggled off the line somehow by Contis. Close scrape for Olympiacos. Ruud van Nistelrooy almost adding to his European tally. Quickly taken corner, producing a quickly taken shot by Beckham. But Dimitrios Eleftheropoulos is coming to this game with a major question mark hanging over his fitness. Did really well to keep out Van Nistelrooy.
Well, it was a fabulous stop, point-blank range, but what a pass by Veron and the control of Giggs and the early ball. Lovely, lovely feeling for Van Nistelrooy to go and meet that with a firm header, but he should have probably scored.
Manchester United won't want to encourage Olympiacos to feel at home here. Passed it well here, and Djordjevic has got it into Alexandris, and that was the kind of chance that he usually gobbles up. Cleared in the end by Dennis Irwin, but it was a clear side of goal for the man who was the leading scorer in Greek League football last season.
Yeah, it was a ball played behind the fence. Wes Brown was playing on one side in the middle. I think he'd lead Alexandris and trying to control that, possibly handballed it, but it's a dangerous sign for United.
After a very patient bout of passing from the man in the blue shirts. And Atalakis back in towards Alexandris, and if he'd connected with that, Manchester United might have been embarrassed.
Well, he made a little diagonal run there, and he really got about 6 or 7 yards away from Wes Brown. It's always difficult sometimes when they play only one striker. Blanc and Brown have to decide which one is actually going to mark him and which one is going to take the main cover. And in the marker always has a chance of nicking in front and anticipating, something that young man is very good at.
Beckham was caressed into the path of Veron. Brilliant control from Veron. Good save by Eleftheropoulos. Outstanding skill again by Juan Sebastian Veron.
Well, difficult to decide which was the better there. the save or the magnificent touch, control and shot of Veron.
Beckham's pass wasn't a bad third. Here's Veron again, in towards Scholes. He's gone far post and both Van Nistelrooy and Giggs attack the near. That is Irwin trying to keep it alive. It is a goal kick.
Yes, indeed, diagonal ball. The way he took it on his chest, there was the clever touch. And that's such a difficult skill, waiting for the ball to come down and hitting it at the right height. Terrific volley, instinctive save.
Foraquay trying to run the line, has managed to stay onside, but he's completely surrounded. He's still got the ball, though. And he's fed Yanakopoulos, and Bartes has to be alert and is. Irwin into Giggs, cleverly for Beckham! Well, there was a section of this crowd that thought it was in. Well, for once, David Beckham missed the target. Good run, though.
It was a great pass, wasn't it, that gave Beckham the opportunity. It needed firing across the face of the goal. Just let it come across his body too much.
Well, his opening goal in Athens was an unusual one for Beckham, in so much that it was close range. Hasn't scored too many with his left foot, but he was very close there. There is a section of 2,500 Greek fans inside Old Trafford who are keeping the vocal contest going. Headed by Brown. And again. Put out jumping Karamba. Veron. It was deft. Perfect for Giggs. Just couldn't quite keep it in, having committed a Manatidis. But a pass as exquisite as it was ambitious from Veron inside his own half. No flag here against Alexandris. They did push up. Alexandris has a real chance here for Olympiacos, but Blanc might return. No, he didn't. He's given a penalty. Has he now? No, he's pointing at the edge of the 6-yard box, not the penalty spot. He did point, and there were a lot of people inside this ground who thought it was the penalty spot. He pointed for a goal kick. Was he right?
Well, I think Blanc was sleeping in the first place. He clearly wasn't offside. The referee is suggesting Blanc touched that ball first. But I think Alexandris can count himself a little bit unlucky.
I think Blanc's left foot just turned it against Alexandris and it ran away for the goal kick. That's certainly what the Portuguese referee felt, and Blanc, for one, isn't going to argue. Beckham looking to deliver for Giggs. What a pass that is! Didn't quite get the control it deserved. Giggs was always straining to catch up with David Beckham's quarterback pass.
Yes, it was a fabulous diagonal. You see him getting on the inside of Maroujanidis quite easily.
Just an inch too far for his wide receiver. But David Beckham is on the left-hand side. Didn't run very kindly for him here, and this is Patsadzoglu looking for a Foraquay, but intercepted by Irwin.
It's an important interception too, because Foraquay was clear.
Lovely interchange again. Back to Scholes to Veron. Beckham in Ryan Giggs' territory. It was a free kick, he'd have a shot from there. Giggs to Scholes. Giggs. Beckham was taken late, actually, and couldn't really join in the attack, and he'll take the throw. Veron to Giggs. Beckham was balked again then by Yanakopoulos.
Nice position for Beckham to swing one in. Beckham on the left-hand side now. Giggs also in this area. United's system certainly is flexible.
Both Brown and Blanc forward from the back. Beckham takes. And towards Blanc, punched by Lefteropoulos. It's a good, strong, long punch too. Veron. Beckham. Got his shot away, and Lefteropoulos was almost willing it to go beyond his right-hand post. And that's the way that Beckham was swinging it.
Yeah, it was unfortunate he couldn't make Lefteropoulos work there. Certainly been more involved than his colleague Barthez at the other end. Been very much a spectator.
Veron's back heel. Beckham read it. He was bundled to the ground there by Christos Kontis. Beckham quickly in towards Scholes. Referee has ordered the retaking of the free kick.
Fortunate for United, both Blanc and Brown were making their way towards the box, and the referee let that one go. They would have been way out of position. Although in fairness, Olympiacos have brought everyone back to defend.
Interesting exchange there between Blanc and Anatolakis even before the free kick came in. There's plenty going on in there, by the way. Giggs takes it, Brown's there, Van Nistelrooy's there. Very, very good defending on the far post by Patsazoglu. But the amount of shirt pulling and tugging that was going on in the build-up to that free kick. But getting back to deny Alexandris.
Good challenge by Butt, but I think we can make a note of Alexandris and we would put slow alongside his name. There was that ball across, inches away, Van Nistelrooy.
I'm not sure that he didn't clear it, actually. Beckham tripped by Djordjevic, but Manchester United have possession. Well, once or twice already tonight. He's counting. Maybe making a note of a few numbers too. Giggs. Scholes had made a good run, but Giggs couldn't play it through Manatidis. Somewhat exasperated. Giggs has got in behind Olympiacos. It hit at Manatidis and came back for Veron. What's he going to do? Set up Van Nistelrooy. Patsazoglu forced it away. Beckham with the left foot. It was deflected. It is a corner kick to Manchester United. Well, they think it is. But there is a flag up on the far side. Presumably someone's offside. Not sure where or when. Patsazoglu. Denisovin intercepts. Here goes Ryan Giggs. Stepped away from Mavroganidis. Great control at pace from Giggs. Into Van Nistelrooy. Just couldn't quite catch up with it. He might keep it in, though. Still Ruud Van Nistelrooy. Nicky Butt. Oh, he tried to place it with the side of his foot. And it was 2 points to Wigan.
Well, he might needed to address the ball first before taking his shot, but once you see the threat, again you see the threat of Giggs. I just would like to see Giggs play a shade wider. I really do believe he could create tremendous damage. He's crossing the ball nice and early. In fact, it was almost too good a ball for Van Nistelrooy to finish. Impossible ball for the goalkeeper to take, the type of ball that he fears across the face of the 6-yard box.
Djordjevic. Half-term report on Manchester United.
Can do better. Quite comfortable, but lacking that little bit of tempo and drive that maybe someone called Roy Keane might have inspired them to. But they're nice and safe. They just need to explode.
Lot to admire, a lot of possession, a lot of openings, no goals at half-time. Manchester United don't do goalless draws. Their away form in this competition may have been the root of their problems in the last few years, but 8 of the last 11 Champions League teams to come to Old Trafford have scored here. Statistics don't tell you everything, but the fortress that Deportivo La Coruña captured last week has been breached before. And David, whilst Manchester United have had the more opportunities, Olympiacos have had sights of the Manchester United goal.
Yes, they managed to get through on 1 or 2 occasions where they've been going in on goal, which would have given Sir Alex some concern. But generally speaking, United, if they can just be patient and just get real quality in with that final ball, they should be able to manoeuvre a chance. I don't know the significance of the Olympiacos change. Pat Segulo has gone to right-back position, the position he played against England. That's from the holding centre midfield position. And Porsanidis has gone into the middle of midfield.
And Manatidis is soldiering on despite the injury. Christian Karumba. Nicky Butt going stride for stride with him. Karumba's not quite sure where the ball went. Goals to Neville. On to Van Nistelrooy, who was hacked down from behind by Nistelrooy, and the referee is reaching for his pocket. Big, tough defender. He is a rugged-looking individual. And it was a pretty rugged challenge recognised by a yellow card.
There's no doubt about the foul, but I don't think Van Nistelrooy is injured, or indeed badly injured.
He will resume for the free kick. No prizes for guessing he'll take it. There is a flag up on the far side. Jim Ryan and Mike Phelan are the left-hand men in this case. Contis, Alexandris, Djordjevic. Running into Butt. And Butt has been penalised for what looked a pretty clean challenge.
Very highly rated referee. That was a poor decision.
Karumba. Porsanidis. It was a good effort. It actually just brushed the side netting. I think Barthez will feel as though his dive had the shot covered.
It was good play by Karumba, wasn't it? Going to shoot and then just flicking it to the right-hand side.
Rather untidy start to the second half, which hasn't been to Manchester United's advantage, that's for sure. But here's an advantage now for Giggs. It was a mistake by Nistelrooy, and Giggs snatched at the opportunity he was presented with. Just a little bit of anxiety about that play at present.
Oh, and Giggs does ever so well, really, there to keep his concentration and get that second ball. Could he have taken the ball on? It's easy from here.
I think he is answering your question. Manchester United re-establishing their general superiority in this game. Neville on towards Butt with a long run. Nistelrooy couldn't go back to his goalkeeper, and as a result has found only Beckham under pressure from Butt. Turned in towards Van Nistelrooy. Looking to turn to Manatidis. Good turn too, and forced to save with the feet by Eleftheropoulos.
That was a gorgeous ball and very difficult to control coming at that pace, but look how he swivels and twists the defender to get the shot in. Good striking.
David Beckham corner. Very calmly dealt with by Stylianos Giannakopoulos.
The old man, I think, coming off.
Alexandris, who celebrated his 33rd birthday last Sunday. If footballers do celebrate 33rd birthdays, I think they probably don't care to talk about them. And he'll be replaced by a younger, faster Uruguayan international forward, Gabriel Alves, who's making his first appearance of the season in this competition. Djordjevic in towards Alves, turned away by Brown. Giggs accelerating. Beckham has space. Van Nistelrooy is up. Giggs and Scholes are getting there. It's towards Van Nistelrooy. It's a good tackle, but Van Nistelrooy isn't finished yet. Oh, there seemed to be a hand there on the line, and penalty is given. Well, if he wasn't fouled initially, then his shot was stopped by an arm, and if it was stopped by an arm, is there further retribution?
There's a fabulous ball by Beckham, there's no question about it. There his feet get taken. The goalkeeper rushed at him, he had no choice.
Zoglu it was who handled it. We know there's a penalty on the way, but is there a red card on the way? Porsanidis argues that no question, there was a penalty on 2 counts.
Well, it was a great ball in from a Beckham crossing position. It was a fine ball in the first place, but found Beckham with great wit. I don't know what the Olympiacos players are really arguing about.
Well, this is gamesmanship now. I think the truth of the matter is that the Portuguese referee doesn't know who handled it, and so can't administer the card. It's going to be the longest running penalty of the season. Olympiacos are going to see to that. Manchester United have only been awarded 2 penalties during the year 2001, both strangely in the one game against Manchester City here last April. Still plenty of argy-bargy as Ruud van Nistelrooy volunteers to take over the club's penalty-taking responsibilities. If Manchester United win tonight, they're all but in the second phase. That's how big this penalty is. And Ruud van Nistelrooy, whose guts and skill combined to win the kick, will take it. Oh, it's a terrific save by Electhoropoulos. And as Beckham goes in, it's hacked away. And Olympiacos survive the moment. And Djordjevic clears and Alves is on his way. Cut out by Brown. Cruel, cruel verdict for all that Van Nistelrooy did to earn a spot kick in the first place.
Give credit to the keeper. It was a fantastic save. We'll see it again, I'm sure.
Beckham in towards Van Nistelrooy again. Cut out by Anatolakis. And to make matters worse for Manchester United, they should really be playing against 10 men now, but they're not.
And the irony would be, it would have been the goalkeeper, because I'm sure the penalty was given for the foul by the goalkeeper on Van Nistelrooy before the handball.
Well, Electhoropoulos stayed on, did he just? That is a really good save. So the nicest thing you could say is that it's a decent height for a goalkeeper, but it was struck with immense power and very strong arms on the end of that fine dive by Dimitrios Electhoropoulos. Didn't look injured, does he? He looks hurt. Porsanidis. That's cleverly played into the path of Djordjevic. Yanakopoulos. Djordjevic has gone on here. Crossed in towards Alves, and a dangerous cross hit with a little bit too much pace for his teammate, but an uncomfortable ball for a defence to have to deal with. And with a little under 20 minutes remaining, Manchester United turn to Ole Solskjær to try to turn the game. Nicky Butt is going to be replaced. And Ole Gunnar Solskjær making his 50th appearance in Europe for Manchester United, and the 30th of those from the substitutes bench. He's had little over half an hour's Champions League football this season. Back into Solskjær. Van Nistelrooy just trying to step over the ball. He was caught there by Amanatidis. Well, it was a sign of tiredness or increased pressure, but Olympiacos are now conceding more and more free kicks in an area from which Manchester United are well equipped to hurt them. Now, Veron is setting himself here. Is Beckham going to step aside. It's one Sebastian Veron. Oh, off the post! Wouldn't run for Van Nistelrooy. Won't run for Manchester United. Their stand-in free kick man.
Well, how do you shoot like that? There's a great save too.
He got a touch on the way to the goalpost, didn't he? Contis. Djurjevic. Contis on to Alves. Couldn't find it. Scholes could. Veron to Beckham. Now Van Nistelrooy. Yes! It's the same old story. Ole Gunnar Solskjær appears from the substitutes bench to rescue Manchester United. Was he offside?
Calambu was on the near side, two players played him on. And Solskjær with that typical unerring finish.
Whack. Wilsonidis. Roberts. Karamba, won by Roberts. Morocco's made some good interceptions in these closing stages and kept the heat off Barthez. Veron in towards Giggs. What a pass that is. Ryan Giggs, 2-0. Manchester United, home and dry. The captain has got the goal, but the pass from Juan Sebastian Veron was crying out for a finishing touch. It's been a long time in coming. The two Manchester United goals in these last 11 minutes seal the victory.
That was the ball of the game, and Giggs took it with a wonderful coolness. Look at that, magnificent length, magnificent pacing of the pass, just enough to tease the keeper to come out. By his standards, it's been a little bit in and out tonight, Veron, but he has made one or two magnificent passes.
And an air of relief about these songs now that are welling up around Old Trafford, although here's Zizi Roberts.
Well, almost easy, Roberts. I think he should have scored. I think that was as good a chance as they had. It was coming to him in a lovely pace, and it was a nice firm side footer that was needed, but he was rather loose.
Giggs. Just unable to float it beyond the Manatides. And talking of energy, here's Beckham popping up on the left-hand side. Wasn't quite what he intended. Beckham intended that all right. Olympiacos has been one of Olympiacos' best players tonight. And when he saved the penalty from Van Nistelrooy, you began to wonder that he has been beaten eventually. They've been pretty defiant in defence tonight, Olympiacos. They've been pushed and stretched and eventually stretched too far, stretched to snapping point. Fabulous, fabulous finale. That's what they can do when they cut loose. And Van Nistelrooy places his shirt on the penalty spot from which he was denied by Olympiacos after finishing off the move of the night.
Fabulous play. Typical United into passing. Van Nistelrooy, Johnny on the spot, clean sheet, and the fact that they've been well organised at the back, although they had a couple of scares in the first half against a side who showed some ambition in coming here.
But talking of pleasure, just watch this face. You think he's still got the appetite? International rescue. Manchester United merited the win, but it was their European escapologist Ole Gunnar Solskjær who gate-crashed the Olympiacos defence, making the pressure pay. Ryan Giggs and Ruud van Nistelrooy garnished the victory en route to the second phase, but the name in the headlines will be the name that will probably be back on the substitutes bench in the second phase. Ole Gunnar Solskjær.
So the best possible outcome at Old Trafford, but what news from Spain and Deportivo's home game against Lille? That plus reaction from Manchester in a couple of minutes.
It was a long night, but then European football's like that, and you have to be patient, and I think we showed that. And we persevered. Unlucky that missed the penalty, hit the woodwork, all these things. But a good solid performance, and against a side who really had a go at us.
Credit to the lads, they kept going, and we just kept creating chances, and we knew that if we kept doing that, then the goal had come.
And Solskjær, he keeps coming on and doing the business, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even need a touch. I mean, he just puts them away. I mean, he's so... If you want the ball to land to anyone in the penalty box, you want it to land to Ollie.
Most important thing tonight, besides a 3-0 win, you're through to the next stage, so you can relieve about
relax.
that. Yeah, absolutely. But what about, I mean, there's so many people you could pick today because you had a very good second half, but what about Van Nistelrooy, who worked so hard up front on his own?
He's going to be the best centre-forward in Europe, if not now, but he's magnificent tonight. He's improving all the time.
Were you particularly pleased that he managed to get a goal right at the end? Even though
Absolutely, he deserved that. He deserved that.
And Veron brings a difference to you?
He's got the class, and he opens up teams. Made a goal for Ryan, made a goal for Ruud, hit the post with his free kick. So, well, in all, you have to say that they've all worked hard. They've had to, against a very good Olympiacos side who had a go at us, and it was a good European tie.